Okay, take two. We should hopefully be back live again. And now we have a control pad, which hopefully works. I just need to actually... I'm not used to playing on control pad. So yeah, this should be quite interesting, I guess. I have to learn as we go along. It's a bit of a shame that the rail driver controller just doesn't work with the 170, but it is what it is. Oh, I didn't acknowledge AWS. It's going to be a little bit of a learning curve, this. Driving on a control pad for pretty much the first time. I think it's weird that both the controls are on the right side, but we're moving at least. So there's something. It is really a shame though that we don't have the rail driver controller. The ability to use that on this train. Weird how it doesn't always work. Headlights. The lights on. Again, as I said, I only bought this actual pack about probably about an hour ago now. So it's very much the first time we are using it, and it's the first time I've ever driven the 170, as I didn't have the 170 originally. The original version of the 170 for ScotRail. So, but it's fine. I'm probably not going to be driving this the best either, because we seem to be really slow going up this hill and getting up to speed. I mean, it's a steep gradient, 2.7, but still, we're struggling. Coming up as we're heading to Birmingham New Street. We've got full power on the throttle as well, and we're just not making any speed up. I think it's just a grade at the moment. Still, the interior of the train's quite nice. It's the first time in the Class 170 Turbo Star. Pretty decent cab. I'm going to go throttle idle and then put the power back on. Will it start actually accelerating a little bit? Maybe we are just supposed to be this slow, because we've got 10 miles and we're not due in till 57, so... Maybe it's just supposed to struggle with climbing this hill, this terrain. I mean, we're, what are we, 3-car set? 3-car set. So it shouldn't be that heavy. And it looks like we've made the top of the grade now, so there's that. Now we're rocking a little bit. I don't know what the on the control pad what the whistle control is for the whistle board, so we'll just ignore it. No, it's so weird using a control pad. For anyone that plays on PlayStation, this is probably like completely natural and you're like, what are you talking about? It makes perfect sense using a controller, but when you're not used to it, it's a very different experience. To having a actual combined throttle and brake lever. Well, we're making some progress now, at least. I'm a bit concerned that we're only 7 miles away from our destination. We're not meant to be there for another 10 minutes. When we're going 70, so maybe we'll get some traffic heading into the university. Finally getting near enough up to full speed though, only 10 miles below the speed limit. Hi, Danuta, is it? Welcome to the stream. I'm actually quite excited to be playing this because been waiting for Payday to pick up this DLC, but I believe it adds a lot to the cross city route. Let's pull off the power a little bit. Now we need to go that low. Can I go into the main menu? Yeah, I can. Let me finish this scenario, and then once we're done I'll hop into the main menu. Oh, it's raining. Where are wiper controls? But slow. Anyone know what, so what's the braking like on the 170? After you finish the routes. I imagine this should have decent enough brakes. Also, I'm surprised I didn't get AWS one in there. I do have some German routes. I don't normally play them. I don't know which ones I've got. I think I have whatever route came out with the base game. Was that Frankfurt? I don't know why we're not getting AWS warnings. I thought I had the AWS on. a red light up ahead, so... Oh, it's just gone to yellow. I think the only German routes that we have are pretty much routes that have come with the base game or deluxe editions of the game, from Train Sim 2, 3, 4. Red light the other side of the station, so... Hopefully we end up catching a pretty dramatically, so we don't spat out here. I think I stopped that pretty well, like direct at the signal. Yeah, we stopped waiting for a red light, so... Grab yourself a coffee if you're on board, or a tea. Maybe I should do a poll with my community to see what people enjoy most. Do people like American, German, or British stuff? Or I guess we also have European as well. For me, being England, it's always got to be British stuff and British trains. But that said, I do like a little bit of American. I'm not really... And then the European stuff, I just haven't done very much of it. We've got the light again, so we can hopefully get us moving. I think my issue with the German routes, at least when Train Sim World 5 came out, is the performance was so bad in Frankfurt. It was pretty much unplayable on my computer. And I've got a... Well, it's old now, it's shown its age, it's about 4 years old. But I have, or had, a pretty beefy gaming computer. On there, it's got a... yeah, it was built for when Flight Sim came out. Back the... not the 2004 version, 2020 version. So yeah, it's starting to show its age a little bit, but it still should be more than enough to pretty much run Train Sim World on ultra graphics. But yeah, the performance is just so bad on the German route, on the Frankfurt route, that I just haven't played it, or played it the once and that was it. Ideally, I would kind of like it to get past the signal at double yellow if we can. It's going to be single yellow though. Chasing lights into New Street. Oh, why our AWS isn't on? I forget we're not even going to New Street yet, we're going to University, but still. The point stands, we're chasing lights along the line. Oh shit, I went into emergency because I put the controller the wrong way. Again, I'm not used to playing with a control pad, so inadvertently put ourselves into emergency brake. I was trying to put the throttle on. I think it's because forward and backwards are kind of inverted on here. On the control pad. Ah well, it's no big deal. We got about a mile to the university platform, so should be not this station, but the station after. And then I assume we're all the way to New Street after that. Looks like university is just after the red light we got coming up. Now ideally, hopefully we can get to this red light just as it's changing to yellow. And then whatever we're following down the line can get a bit of a distance between us and them while we're collecting passengers at the station. Try and crawl it. Unfortunately, no such luck with the signalling. We are again stuck at a red light. Nothing to do but wait. You can see the platform just ahead, basically just around this bend. With the dodgy canal bridge that doesn't exist next to us. Remember this from the first time we played the Birmingham Cross City. We'll eventually, when we stop, take a look outside. Where Dovetail basically just not bothered to put a bridge in. A little further down the platform than where we're intended to stop, but it's fine. Get the doors unlocked, we'll jump out for a moment. I don't know if we can see it from here. What's the canal? Oh yeah, we can. Yeah, you see in the background here, when we face this way, that should be there should be an arch there to let the canal go through. It's literally just a brick wall. So, like they just completely forgot when they were designing the route to put in the other half of the bridge for the canal. And I don't know, I think this was a Train Sim World 3 route originally, and it's still glaringly obviously there. I mean, it is a dovetail, so I'm not sure what we expect. Yep, we'll get to the main menu. We've got one more stop on the scenario, I think, which is just Birmingham New Street. And then we'll take a look at the main menu. We've got however long it takes me to get to here to New Street. To be fair, it's only 2.5 miles, so it shouldn't hopefully take me too long. It just depends on the lights. We got double yellow finally, so we can actually get some speed up. I actually do assume the scenario ends at New Street, and there isn't something else it wants me to do afterwards. A little bit of frame stuttering as we get closer to centre of Birmingham with the scenery loading in, but overall this performs pretty well though. We're down a little early for this 40, but it should be just up ahead. Now we enter the tunnels into Birmingham New Street. I'm actually kind of excited to see New Street because there should be a lot more rolling stock now from the original version of the Cross City in the original when it came out. So hopefully it should be quite a busy scene once we arrive out the tunnels. I guess New Street's kind of iconic approach in its own way, with the network of tunnels that you go through getting into the station and the steep gradient down. You merge out the silver side of the tunnel. And 10-mile-an-hour speed limit. Like crawling into the platform, basically. I find it hard to control, like sticking to 10 miles an hour. It's just so slow. Especially when we're on such a like steep downhill as well. We're certainly late coming in, but this is just because I cannot drive. Alright, I'm not sure if it's going to have us do anything else, because I'm pretty sure it has New Street as the destination on the train. I'm assuming that'll end the scenario. Set brake to brake free. Arthur Burt would like to speak to me. Who's Arthur Burt? You on the platform? Hi, Arthur. We need you to head your train back and rescue the tunnel, bring it to the outgoing platform. Okay. So it is going to have us do something else on the scenario. Use the phone. Couple to 3 vehicles, so we'll get to the main menu when we get to the main menu. I do like the Avanti trains there. That's kind of nice to see at Birmingham New Street. I assume it's just going to have us coupled to these carriages and then come back into the platform, basically. I assume that's what's going to happen. Brake free. Neutral. Press and hold the couple button, so it's the... One, two. Reverse it off. Go to the other side of the train. I've still got passengers on here. How rude. The interior is quite nice, so I'll give it that. The cross-country interior. The red seats and everything. Oh, why's the frame rate just suddenly dropping? Oh, why our frame rate's suddenly struggling? Oh, we're back to 60 now. I'm pretty sure this is probably the last thing it's going to ask us to do on the scenario. Our frame rate is just suddenly taking an absolute beating. I don't know why. Considering it was running smoothly on the way in. It's pretty much been running smoothly the whole way, and now something is tanking the frames. It's fine, we're pretty much done though, so we just need to bring us to a stop, and hopefully I think that should be us done. Set the brakes brake free. Reverse it to off. Thank you for completing your perform. Yeah, so that was the last thing we had to do, which is probably a good thing. Gold medal for it. probably could have done a little bit better. Pretty much just speed in, and for some reason AWS wasn't working. I don't know why. Anyway, the moment you've been waiting for, Donati, we can now go to the main menu. So what do you want to see in the main menu? What do we have for routes? We have Birmingham Cross City, Peak Forest, Mac, Sherman Hill, Blackpool Branches, Horseshoe Curve, London Commuter, West Coast Main Line, Boston Worcester, Antelope Valley, Bromsgrove, Berman, Boston Sprinter, Cajun Pass, East Coast Main Line, East Coast Way, Frankfurt, Fulda, Glossop, Great Western Express, Han something Rhine Ruhr, LGV, Link Rickenstack, Glossopalope, Bakerloo, New York Trenton, Dresden, Transpennine, Northern Transpennine, Peninsula Corridor, S-Bahn, San Bernardino, San Patch, Cologne, Castle Wolfsburg, Southeastern High Speed, West Coast Main Line, South and West Somerset Railway. Oh, and the training centre, if I didn't say that. Go to the Curators Club. Okay. PKP. What? Okay, we'll search PKP. Well, yeah, what do you want me to download? Did I spell that right? Maybe I'll just search Vectron. Nope. This one, or is there a different one? Baltic Express. I don't. On the first page, where am I looking? Is this your design, what I'm looking for here? Oh. Is this the one you mean? PKP Vectron? Is this what I'm looking for? Or is it a different PKP? Well, as I said, I don't normally play German routes or anything, but if anyone watching does wish to download on demand, yeah, go download Dante, Danatu's Rauber train here. Electric Fast, the PKP Vectron, I guess. I'm not going to download it myself because I'm going to be playing Birmingham. Which is what I intended to do on today's stream, but it's here on the on-demand video for anyone who does want to download it. So yeah, it's PKP IC Vectron for anyone to download. It currently has 77 subscribers, so yeah, anyone who's interested in German stuff, I guess, go ahead, give it a look in. But as I said, I don't normally do the German stuff. Danute, do you want to what route is this for? Since it's your product. As I said, I'm not downloading it. We're going back to Birmingham. But it's there for anyone to review and play. They know where to find it now for you. Right, so as I said, we're going back to Birmingham. What should we do? Should we do timetable service? Or we do the scenario? We probably got an hour. So it's for the Hamburg route. If anyone wants to pick that up. Rerouted. Let's give rerouted a go. Please, something appears to be away at Birmingham. Please but please continue your journey to Nottingham with caution. Okay. Master key's already on. Set throttle lever to power 3. We will do in a minute. So I just picked up the this DLC and I want to play it. And we're playing this. This is what we're doing on the stream. I'm playing the new DLC I bought. But if anyone does want to play your stuff, they know where to find it. I forget how steep the descent is into Birmingham. I mean, if you want to show off your stuff, there's nothing stopping you setting up a stream and streaming it yourself. I get you want people to see your train and download it, but, you know, if you want to watch someone else's stream, I'll try to get down to 10 and I got down too early. I know you want people to view your stuff or be on timetable, but it is my stream, and I really want to play through. So we showed you stuff off. God, I'm so bad at driving at low speed. Let's get the passengers boarded. In what appears to be a very quiet New Street at the moment. We do have maybe a West Midlands train over there. I'm not sure what it is, whether it's still another Turbo Stars or the 323. But yeah, otherwise there isn't much traffic in Birmingham right now. Call the signaller. Proceed as signal indicates, okay. make sure the brake comes off. Go via the alternate tunnel path, so we'll see which way this takes it. Look, you're going to have to stop to tell me to go to the main menu. Okay, well, you don't... You're just going to be wasting your time then. I've shown you stuff off. I'm not going to play it. But if you want to just keep posting go to the main menu, I guess you do help the engagement on the stream, so thanks. I'll happily take the engagement if you don't want to stop. It doesn't get you anything out of it. I've showed it off on stream. It's on the video on demand. If people want to get your stuff, they can get your stuff. Making demands isn't going to change. In fact, it's actually going to make me less likely to do what you want. As I said though, if you own the game, go download OBS Streamlabs. You've obviously got a YouTube account, you're more than welcome to go stream it yourself. Then you can choose what you want to do. I think he's gone now, so that's fine. So we do need to stop at the university. Hopefully we get out of this 50-mile-an-hour zone soon. Crawling along in our Turbo Star. Hopefully we should be able to get up to 25 relatively soon. The 25 markers here at the end of the platform on the 4-car unit today. I'm just waiting for the back of the train to cross, and then we can pick up some power. I have to say, I am enjoying. I only recently picked up the Birmingham Cross City. I actually bought it at full price, and annoyingly, it went on sale 2 days later, which is pretty much around the time this DLC came out. I wasn't best pleased with that, but it is a nice little route. And quite enjoyable to drive, really. It also does have the 323, and I'm a big fan of the 323. The turbo styles are alright. So yeah, there's a lot going for this. There's a lot going for this DLC on this route. I can see why Richie Rail basically gave this full when he was doing his tier list the other day for Trains to the World 5 DLCs and the Lifetime Trains to the World 5. I can see why he gave this a S tier review just for the timetable. Basically, it's pretty much worth it for that. But it's nice to get that adds a lot more playability to the Birmingham route. I mean, again, the route isn't perfect. It has its flaws, like we pointed out in the first run we did. But in the first little scenario, but it's still, even with its flaws and the graphical issues and things that probably will never be fixed, it's still a nice little route to play. We'll get the doors unlocked. I'm assuming after this it will probably have us go direct to the end of the line, basically. Obviously we can't go to are we meant to be going Nottingham or? Oh, I think board says university. we'll see where it ends up taking us. I'm assuming it said we were going to Nottingham, so I assume it'll have us just go to the last stop, Express. Bromsgrove, 10 miles, yeah, so I'm assuming that's the end of the line. So hopefully we don't have any lights against us, and this should just be a nice, gentle cruise now. Right the way through to Bromsgrove. Nice easy run. Yeah, there's this floating catenary here that we're going past as well. That's another glaring issue on this line. Like, just things that should have probably been fixed a very, very long time ago in terms of the scenery placement, and really should have just been picked up in QA. Get the wipers on. A little bit of 3-2-3 action going the other way. We always like to see a good 3-2-3 in the regional railway colour. That's actually something I just picked up as well when I bought this DLC, the 3-2-3 recolour. As it was only a couple of £1 more expensive to pick up this and the 3-2-3 in the same pack. So I was like, you know what, it's only £2 more. I may as well have it as part of the collection. Just kind of fill out the experience a little bit of playing the Cross City Line. We are struggling a little bit with the hill. 1% grade. We're nearly on full power on the throttle as well, but we're still picking up a little bit of speed as we take the junction. And then we get a 90 straight ahead, so we can get a move on. With this absolutely dire weather we've got on this run. It's more like the type of weather I'd expect from Manchester, really. Miserable and raining. Actually, though, to be fair, it's quite nice here today. Up in Manchester. Oh, that reminds me, the line between Stockport, Manchester and Stockport has reopened, so I can finally take the route to Crewe. I might do that tomorrow. Take a trip to Crewe as another real life journey, because I like doing the real life train journey stuff as well. So potentially tomorrow, I'm off tomorrow, bank holiday. Now the line's reopened, we may do Manchester Piccadilly to Crewe and get some, have a little look around. So if I do that, hopefully some point in the next few days, that video will be released. I've been waiting like over 3 weeks to do this video, but there's not been any point with Stockport being closed due to the new bridge they were installing. But the line reopened yesterday, I believe, so we can finally take the Manchester Airport commuter line in real life. Well, in fact, actually, I've already done that, and that's a good little video as well. If you want to see how it compares, Manchester Airport commuter, the Trains of World route compares to the real life version. It's definitely worth going ahead and checking that out. So yeah, this is just pretty much straight through all the way to Bromsgrove. Very smooth sailing. Although I think what we'll probably do is we'll do either one more scenario or a timetable route after this. Maybe in the West Midland colours, but I will just need to go make a quick cup of tea once we're done with this little run. So we'll be away for a couple of minutes just while I grab myself a drink. And it's an exciting week for Trains of the World, really, because we've got the Dovetail Direct at Tuesday, so we'll finally have revealed what's going to be coming out in Trains of the World 6. I almost said 5 then, we're already on 5. I am hoping we get some Great Western stuff. That's what I want to see. I kind of want, like, Exeter area. I'd love to see the Riviera line actually come over, because it's one of my favourites from Trains in Classic, the Riviera line, so I'd absolutely love to see that come over into Trains in World. And running along the coast at Dawlish and the wall and in between the rock faces is probably one of the best bits of rail in the country. So if I could pick, that would be what I would ideally want. If not, maybe York area, or an extension onto the East Coast Main Line would be nice. But yeah, I'm excited to see. We are speeding a little bit. I'm excited to see what they give us in terms of the new routes, but we'll find out on Tuesday. So very much looking forward to the Dovetail Direct coming out. Has anyone got any preferences for routes or stuff they want to see? Either British, German, American? For American, I'd actually kind of like a freight route, kind of a bit like the Norfolk Southern Coal route for Trent Classic. That'd be nice to see. I just realised we're meant to be stopping at the next platform in a mile, so we better start bringing the speed down a little bit. And Norfolk Southern Coal for Train Sim World, Train Sim Classic rather, is one of my favourite US freight routes, so I'd be very happy to see that come over. Or something in that vein, if not that exactly, so you know, mountains and that type of stuff. We're stopping a little long, but it's fine. I'm pretty sure this is the end of this scenario. Thanks for completing the run. Let's see how you perform. We've a little bit of speed in there. Level 4 in the Class 175 cross country. Other than that though, yeah, I've completed objectives, all that. Right, I'm going to make a quick drink, so I'll leave you in the main menu, and then we'll decide what we want to do next. I've probably got another half hour, 45 minutes where I can stream, so we'll get at least one more running, if not more than that. For now though, just give me a couple of minutes, I'll leave you on the main menu, and I'll be back in a moment. I really need to set up a Be Right Back screen for Streamlabs, but that's something we can look at doing in the future. Right, we're back. Oh, sorry about that, just had to go grab a drink. So, let us see what we can do. We want to do one more Birmingham route. Have a look at timetable. See if we can find something into New Street. Let's look at maybe the West Midlands one. Ideally, I'd like something that crosses New Street. But I don't think there is one. No, it doesn't look like there is. So we'll do a cross country. We will do Cardiff, something during the day. Yeah, we'll do this one into New Street, Cardiff Central to Nottingham. We'll play as the driver. So we should get to New Street on the timetable at the very end, which will hopefully look pretty good going in. Is it isolated or normal we want AWS to be? Right, hopefully that should be the safety systems on correctly anyway. Nice, relaxing, hopefully easy enough run into New Street, and I'm hoping we get a nice busy scene when we get there. I am a fan of these trains though. Day running lights. Take a little look outside. I think they've done these really well. The 170s that we've got in both deliveries, really. As I said, I've not got the route, the Scottish route where they originally came out in. But so this is pretty much my first experience using the 170 in Train Sim World, and I only bought the route today. Sorry, the DLC today. I had Birmingham before, but yeah, I'm really enjoying this DLC. Right, we'll get the doors locked. 323 coming in there. So first stop is University. Now I know coming out of Bromsgrove here we've got this really steep hill. So we want to get max throttle right away. Try and build up some speed. Coming up into the grade here. These runs are, when I was doing the 323 pretty much runs end to end on this route, and they do take a long time. I think a 323 run on this takes about an hour and 20 minutes. So it is nicer to have these shorter hops in the 170. Yeah, so if you just want to jump on and do something quickly, you don't have time to do a hour and a half run, then there's at least some options now to play this route. But yeah, this hill coming out of Bromsgrove is a bit of a killer, like nearly 3%. But we do have nice scenery at least to enjoy as we slowly climb the grade. In some ways this reminds me of an American style route. Like an American freight route. Trying to deal with the big hills. And then on the flip side, you've got descending down the hill as well, and trying to keep the not speed and keep the brakes in check. But this is essentially what this part of the route reminds me of, is just the struggle to climb the mountains. I mean, nearly a 3% grade is not insignificant. And you see it here just starting to flatten out, and we can finally start picking up some speed, having made it to the top of the hill. And then you look at the top corner, you just see the speed diagram just pick up as we flatten out up the grade. But hopefully this is just a nice little run-in, really, into New Street. It'd be nice if we can get some like overtaking 323 or something on the way as well. That'd be pretty fun. So earlier when we were going to Birmingham, the first time we did one of the scenarios, we did have quite a bit of frame stutter getting into Birmingham New Street. When we did the second scenario coming out, it ran perfectly fine. So I'm not really sure what caused that issue there. I mean, first time into New Street it was fine. It's only when we reversed out and reversed back in, as part of the scenario, we started having issues. But hopefully all the scenery's catch now anyway, and we don't have any more problems. We actually do get a 323 in the West Midlands colours. We'll be taking. All been transferred to Northern now, the 323s, I believe. They're no longer run down here. West Midlands Railway. I'm pretty sure I have a YouTube short video of one of the 323s that came over to Northern leaving Levenshulme from a few at night from a few weeks back. I'm pretty just due to the colour of the seats and stuff. They weren't the normal Northern colour, so I'm pretty sure it's one that they've took over and not converted yet. The livery had changed. It was in the Northern livery. Just the seats hadn't been changed over. But I just thought it was a nice little shot to get, considering it is basically part of the Manchester Airport commuter route. So it was more like a why not get the video of it leaving at night. It's a nice little YouTube shot, actually, to be fair. Like, I do have quite a few, if you look at the channel, quite a few train spotting shots and things like that. Things that are not worth doing a full video on, but, you know, nice little run-throughs of stations and things. It's always fun to make. So I should get the go-ahead to go back to 60 in a moment. Should be around... there is the 60 limit. So I actually in some ways prefer the running to the north, the running from the north to New Street than to the south. think the run-in from the north bit of the line, obviously New Street being in the middle, is a little more interesting scenery-wise than the southern approach we're on today. So just crawling around to the university, basically. Which is less than like half a mile away. We're going over the canal now. A little bit of a steep descent, basically, to get to the same level as the canal. And then Birmingham University. Have another 170 going up the other way in the same colours as us. I'm going to get stopped straight on the marker as well. Could have done much better there in the stopping distance. Hopefully it gives whatever service we're following a little bit of time to get ahead as well. Very short stop here at the university. Pretty much off again right away. There we go, the power kicking in. So New Street is just 2.5 miles away. Won't take us long to get there. So this is pretty much to start the tunnel system now in a moment. just after the next station, pretty much. So here's the station, and then from here we have the entrance to the New Street tunnels. This is the part I always struggle with this route, is these speed limits at New Street are killers. We've got the severe slopes, and then we've got the 20 mile an hour and then 10 mile an hour once we come out the tunnel. I definitely struggle with the grades into New Street and just trying to keep the train under control. And not just stall out on the station approach, or vice versa, overspeed coming into the platforms. But to be fair, New Street looks pretty good. With the Avanti West Coast trains and the 170s and the London North Western train as well. Forget what the class is now, 180 is it? Whatever it is. It really does fill out the scene. It feels like New Street should feel like. Compared to the original timetable, where there just wasn't enough to fill the rail scene here. Like, I'd probably say it's worth grabbing this DLC just for the rail scene here at Birmingham. There we go, that should be the service done. And get the doors unlocked. Tiny bit of speeding, but that's about it. One there. Well, that's going to do it for today's stream. If you've enjoyed today's stream, give me a subscribe. We do lots of in real world train sim. Train sim videos, train sim classic, hopefully at some point videos, real world train videos, and yeah, maybe even modelling soon as well. So, hope you all stick around if you've enjoyed the stream. For now though, I'll say goodbye.